Good morning, Rick here, health coach with HMR, and today I'm doing a full day on the Healthy Solutions diet. Let's see how it goes. First things first, I need coffee. Let's get that brewing. Okay, the coffee's brewed, but on the Healthy Solutions plan, you don't want to add a lot of unnecessary add-ins. So 15 calories per tablespoon or less is the guideline that we follow. So that means no half and half, no cream, and certainly no sugar. So you got to figure out the way that you can make coffee that works for you. And here's what I do. Well, I usually drink my coffee hot. When I'm on the diet, I take the hot brewed coffee and I just pour it into the ice. And then it goes into the blender. So here we go. And then I add a scoop of the shake mix. And we're off to the races. Oh, and I forgot to mention, sometimes I'll add non-caloric or low-calorie sweetener, just for a little extra flavor. And we're good to go. Now, after I've had the coffee this morning, I do have a little bit of time before I need to go to work, so I'll actually get a short bout of exercise in. There's something about building exercise in early on and throughout the day, even if it's a little bit, that just helps to reinforce your commitment to staying on the plan. So my goal here is to just get a mile in. It'll take me just about 15 minutes. It's a good start to the day, and it'll be the first of a couple of different bouts of exercise that I'll work into my day on the diet. Okay, I'm getting ready for work now. I've had my coffee. I got a shake in, so I've got one shake in. Supposed to get at least 3. I'll have more than that today. I also got a little exercise in. I got about a mile in. That's about 100 calories. I'll add to that. Now I need to make sure I have the food that I need for the day. Now I have shakes and entrees at work, but what I'd like to bring today are vegetables for my entrees, and I'm going to have canned carrots and canned green beans. Now you might say, canned? What about fresh? Well, you know, the reality is these are so convenient. In 3 minutes, I can have the whole meal ready, and I need that when I'm at work. I'll do the fresh or the frozen tonight. I'll also have some snacks. I'm gonna cut up some watermelon, and I'm gonna bring some cherries, just in case I get that afternoon munchy feeling. So in goes the watermelon, 2 cups, and I'll also toss in a serving of cherries, just in case I need it. And that's being smart, planning what I'm going to have for the day so that I'm not tempted to break the diet throughout the day. Okay, I got to my train station stop about 10 minutes early, so I've been walking Canton Junction train station, and I'm going to get a half a mile in as opposed to just standing here waiting for the train like a lot of people do. I'm the crazy person who's pacing back and forth, but I'm going to add that to my 100 calories from before. Now I'm up to 150, and I'm not done yet. Okay, I'm here in the office now, and it's time to eat. Again, I've already had a shake, but it's time for me to make a cereal. My main goal here to stay on the diet for the day is to prevent getting hungry. And in order to do that, I need to eat early and eat often. So here we go. Okay, I'm in one of HMR's kitchens, and I'm going to make my multigrain cereal. And I realized I ran out of blueberries. I usually always have frozen blueberries, so I have to improvise. I'm not going to use my cherries, and I'm not going to use the watermelon. Those are for snacks. I'm going to take the grapes that I had here already, and I'm going to cut them up small to simulate blueberries. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so here we have about a cup of grapes, and I'm going to proceed to painstakingly cut them up into smaller pieces. This is only because I didn't think through having the frozen blueberries here, which just shows you how important planning is. Okay, I've cut these up, and now I'm going to add HMR's multigrain cereal and add the water and then put it in the microwave. And here you can see you have a good amount of food for my second shake of the day. Now, for the sweet parts of the diet, I like to actually make them very sweet, so I'll actually add an equal here. A lot of people just use the multigrain cereal as is, but here we are, second shake of the day, preventing myself from getting hungry. The calories are low, and I've got a strong start to the diet so far. Okay, well, I'm happy to be able to say that it is now lunchtime. I'm here in another one of HMR's kitchens. This is the big one. And I've got, as I had packed earlier today, I've got my whole carrots, 70 calories, that's all it is in this can, and only 55 calories for the green beans. That's a lot of food for very few calories, and I'm gonna add another low-calorie item to that, which is HMR's vegetable stew with beef. It's a fabulous combination with almost every vegetable. So let me show you how I make this. Okay, I start by just taking the vegetables. So convenient, so quick. Again, that's why I liked canned veggies. Takes very little time. I'm going to heat these up. In 2 minutes, they'll be ready. Okay, the veggies are done. Take those out. And then we'll take the HMR entree. Take it out. You just crack a corner. Let it breathe. Put it back in the box and then give it 60 seconds. That's all it takes, 60 seconds. And that'll be ready, and then I'll combine them, and there's my meal. Again, just about 3 minutes. Super easy. And now the entree's done. Okay. Let's whip this thing up. Personally, I like to cut up carrots a little bit. Green beans are fine. Mix them up just a little bit. And then take out the entree. Peel it back. And then just scoop it right in. Here we go. Mix it all in. Delicious. It's got beef, it's got gravy. It adds so much flavor to the veggies. And again, remember, those veggies together only were 125 calories total. And if you look at the calories on the vegetable stew with beef, 160. We're talking under 300 calories for all of this food. And it tastes fantastic. Under 300 calories. All right, back in my office here, about to enjoy my meal, eating in my office like a bloodthirsty shut-in, unfortunately, but duty calls. I noticed there are basically two types of people in the world. You've got people who like their veggies on the side and then the entree, and then you've got the casserole folks. I am in the casserole camp. I like to use my HMR entree to flavor all my veggies. I almost look at it as like an expanded condiment. So you can decide what works best for you, or maybe you like to play in both camps there. Either way, there's so many different entrees to enjoy. Unlimited fruits and vegetables when you combine these together in 2 simple steps. Pick your entree, anchor the rest of your plate with veggies. It's a simple way, a guaranteed way, to pull off a low-calorie healthy meal. Okay, it's after 3 o'clock now, and it is time to start thinking about what sort of a healthy afternoon snack I'm going to have. The last thing I want to do is, when the day ends and I begin my commute home, is to get hit with the hungry horrors. So I brought the watermelon. I'm putting this into a bowl, and I'm going to snack on this. I have 2 full cups of watermelon. Look at that beautiful watermelon. It's about as low calorie as fruit gets, short of maybe eating lemons. So here we go. I'm going to eat this for maybe a total of 100 calories or so, 2 cups. And this will really just have me not thinking about getting chips or any other off-the-diet foods when my commute finally starts. All right, cheers. Okay, I was able to grab a tennis match after work today, so got 540 calories in, and I'm thrilled about that. I'm going to add that to the exercise that I got earlier today, so good showing on the physical activity. Now I got to finish strong with a big in-the-box dinner. Okay, I'm home. It's late now. I eat a late dinner, 8 o'clock or so, and I'm going to share with you what I'm going to have for dinner. I like a big dinner, and I've stumbled upon one of my favorite recipes. Now, I take chopped spinach, okay, this is frozen, only 110 calories. I take 2 of these, put them in the bowl, and then I take stewed tomatoes, okay? So it's another healthy vegetable. I put that in there, it almost becomes like a soup. But then I've tried lots of different HMR entrees with it, but my favorite one is the chicken pasta parm. I take 2 of these and put them in there and microwave the whole thing, and then the crowning achievement here, the everything but the bagel spice. I sprinkle that in there as well. It makes a huge, delicious Italian casserole stew. It's kind of in between. It's fantastic, it's totally filling, and it keeps me in the box. So that's the dinner for tonight. Okay, you ready for this? Here it is, my delicious Italian casserole, my special recipe. This is over 3 pounds of food, but it's low-calorie food. It works out to be only about 15 calories per ounce. Compare that with, say, pizza at 80, 90 calories per ounce, or burgers and fries, anywhere from 80 to up to 100 calories per ounce. So this is going to be my dinner, and I'm going to be very full. And I'll wrap it up with my signature dessert, which we'll get to when the time is right. So, bon appetit. Okay, it's time to wrap it up with dessert. I've done tie-dye shirts for my kids. Big project at camp. Now I'm ready to pack it in. I'm going to have a nice dessert and then hit the hay. So, I'm using our 70 plus chocolate, which makes a fabulous blended shake with ice, but it also makes a pudding when you make it with a lot less water. So that's the base of my dessert. But then I'm going to add coconut extract, chocolate and coconut. Can anyone say Mounds Bar? So that's going to make a wonderful pudding, and then I'm going to put a very small amount of light whipping cream on top of it. It's 15 calories per tablespoon or less. It's actually a lot less than that. I can do 2 tablespoons and level tablespoons, and that's going to be my dessert. Let me make it. And voila, dessert. Okay, well, yesterday was my day on the Healthy Solutions Plan. All in all, I ate a lot of food. I never let too much time go between my eating. You gotta push off the hunger, you gotta avoid it, or else you're gonna be in trouble when you're trying to stay on the diet. And the result was a very low calorie day, even lower once I subtracted the exercise that I did. Now, there are 1,000 different ways to pull off a day on the diet, or a day in the box, as we say. And that was just one example of many. And while the goal is to never have fewer than 3 shakes, 2 HMR entrees, and 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, you saw that I did an extra entree, 3 entrees instead of 2. And then I also did 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. So I really practiced more is better. It's interesting, on another day, I might have done 4 or 5 shakes, and that's often what I would do. 2 or 3 entrees and maybe 7 or 8 servings of fruits and vegetables. So every day is different, and you really want to give yourself permission to eat more of whatever you want on that day, with the goal being to stay away from foods that aren't on the plan, or again, as we say, to stay in the box. Now, one of the things that you didn't see was how I tracked my progress throughout the day. I kept records using the HMR app. It's really simple, easy to do. More importantly, it keeps you connected throughout the day as you're doing these successful weight loss behaviors, the shakes, the entrees, the fruits and vegetables, the exercise. It keeps you connected to your whole goal, which is to stick to the plan and lose weight. So, for example, here's what I tracked. I had my morning coffee shake, as you saw, and then I got a quick mile in on my treadmill, and that was followed by pacing at the train station for another 50 calories. And then I had my mid-morning multigrain cereal, which counts as a shake, with at least 1 cup of grapes. It probably was more like 1.5 to 2. Then I had 3 cups of vegetables at lunch with the HMR beef stew entree. In the afternoon, I had 2 cups of watermelon as a snack. And then I got that tennis match in where I burned a lot of calories. And then you saw my dinner, 2 HMR entrees, chicken pasta parm, with 4 cups of fruits and vegetables, all in all, a little bit more than 3 pounds of food. And then I wrapped up the evening with the HMR 70 Plus shake, made as a pudding with the non-fat Cool Whip. Again, by frequently tracking my progress with the HMR app throughout the day, it kept me connected to what I was up to, sticking to the plan to lose weight. Now, the last thing I'll share, and something that you didn't see on my day on the diet, were a couple of times when I really faced temptations to go off the plan. The first was in the train station. I got off the train and I was assaulted by the smells of different bagels. It was challenging, but I was still full from the coffee shake that I had had. So that gave me some willpower, some resolve. And I also knew that in a very short amount of time, I was going to be making the multigrain cereal with fruit. So I was able to get past that pretty well. The other challenge was after tennis, the guys had a cooler of beers, and I didn't have any beer. I had let them know that I was on the diet for a day. That was not unfamiliar territory for them. They know very much what I do for work. In fact, some of them even use shakes to keep their own weight down. So I was able to get past that temptation as well. All in all, I think that the day went pretty well. I give myself a B+ for planning. Not an A because I forgot that I had used up my frozen blueberries at work, but I had planned on pretty much everything else. I gave myself an A for eating frequently. I really didn't struggle with hunger or temptation too much during the day because I ate extra and I ate often. I will, however, in the spirit of full disclosure, say that I give myself a D- on how tired I looked at the end of the day. I looked exhausted. It was a long day, but I think the tie-dye t-shirt project went a lot longer than I expected, and that sort of took the energy out of me. But overall, I think the day went well, and I'm happy with my whole effort. I hope that watching this gives you a little bit more of an idea of how to stay on the diet, what it means to stay on the plan, and that it was worth your time. So thanks again for watching.